Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me. And I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
Where the hell did you get that idea, Hal?
Dave, although you took very thorough precautions in the pod against my hearing you, I could see your lips move.
Wow.
There you go.
Creepy.
Yeah. So,
Well-
you didn't recognize that scene?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if I've
didn't,
seen
Sean Paul. I've heard that voice before and seen that clip.
You have.
It's very reminiscent to me of Hannibal Lecter, so.
Oh, yeah. And in the same vein, actually, kind of, really, you know. Okay, so, Kaylee, you don't know what that is. That's 2001, A Space Odyssey. It's a movie that came out like 50 years ago. And they projected that we were going to be doing space exploration in the year 2001. You're very familiar with the theme song. Jeremy?
I can't remember offhand.
Da, da,
Da-da!
Okay.
You've heard
that
that.
sounds familiar.
Right, right.
Yes.
Well, anyway, the whole spaceship was run by Hal. He was a computer, and he ended up killing the entire crew because he saw them as being in the way of the higher objective in the mission and everything like that.
So, Sean Paul, last week you were talking about
Right.
AI and how, like, computers were getting so smart that they could take over the world, and that's kind of what that was doing. It was taking
Exactly.
over.
So that's why I thought it would be relevant to that. And that was them 50 years ago saying that this is what could happen. We're not really into the space exploration the way they were, but the AI, the artificial intelligence, this is Hal.
Oh,
This is what he looked like.
He was just a red dot.
He was just that ominous eye that was throughout the entire spaceship. Much like what we're living in now, where we've got Google Home and Alexa, and they're like ever present. My brother has just about every accessory Google Home could have. It can control his thermostats, his locks, the lights, his TV. You can just, you know, it's amazing. He loves it. And I know a lot of people love the convenience of it, but then there's a lot of people out there that are growing concern, all right? There's growing concern about how it could displace humans, take over all of our jobs, automate every part. Where does that leave us at that point? Right?
On the back.
I mean, so here we are, 2016. They called it just deep learning. And then you have 2017, 2018, Uber bots that were like just starting to learn things. And now we're in the enhanced narrow AI, which is capable of doing more than one task. But there's so much further that it can go, getting up to superintelligence. People wonder, what's it going to be like when it's as smart as a human being? That's only one stop, being equal to our intelligence. Or equal to the intelligence of the smartest person on Earth. They're going to go way beyond that.
And you know, the exponential gravitational force of technology itself.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like this will go. Like,
yeah, and where do we stand? Who's concerned about this? Several people are concerned about it. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Stephen Hawking, they've all said that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and when is going to happen a lot sooner than we think. Now, here's an example for you in like this context right now. Let's say you're a regular human and you are an AI host, okay? And Jeremy?
She's been accused of that.
She's a bright girl.
One or more
right?
times.
She's a bright girl. All right, so let's, you know, have you ever been after the show and gone, oh, I should have said this?
Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
we all have, right? And in your profession, it's critical that you can be in the moment and spontaneous. But if she was AI, you're doing your normal thing, every sentence, she would have basically the equivalent of a whole year to think through all her options, process every possible scenario. She would come across as being brilliant, and it would be impossible for you, well...
She is.
But it would be impossible for you to keep up with that because she'd have the equivalent of a year between sentences to think through what she's going to say next. That's what we're competing against. So,
Kaylee, see if you can complete my
sentence.
Oh,
You get it!
unbelievable, ladies
It
and
just
gentlemen.
happened.
It just happened there, right there.
You saw
All
it
right.
first.
But so we hope that we can stay in control, right? We hope we can use it to our advantage. Let AI figure out the cures for cancer. Let them be able to predict weather patterns and natural disasters.
Yeah.
That could be amazing as long as we stay in control. But you got to. But everybody wants to get it first because you know, like whoever gets in second place will never catch up.
Oh, yeah.
6 weeks, 6 months is an eternity in AI as far as what you said, exponential growth, right? Who would be interested in harnessing this kind of power? Can we show them?
Who?
Well, I think we got the next slide.
Oh,
These guys,
well, yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
they want it, and you hope that the good guys get control of it first and have humanity's best interests at heart, right?
And do these people have humanity's best interest at heart?
I'm guessing maybe not.
I don't. Yeah.
Probably this guy. He'll do the right thing. Okay,
As
so
long as he's riding a horse without a shirt on.
yes,
As he's known to do in Russia.
I've tried to unsee that many times.
Me too.
Okay, so
oh my gosh.
what are some possible things that will be happening with AI? Autonomous driving.
I'm kind of in favor of that.
Yeah, all right, so here we got Elon Musk, and this is his Tesla car. Look, can you imagine just sitting there? Your car is taking you to work. And he's announced a taxi program that will change everything. Imagine you have a Tesla, which is a nice, sweet ride, right?
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there, you're going through your notes on your way to work because you don't even have to drive, right? Then you pull up to the studio, you get out, and then your car leaves and goes to downtown Springfield and is now on an Uber program and is doing autonomous driving and a taxi service for people throughout. They're booking your car, and then your car is working for you while you're at work.
Oh, I mean, if I'm getting the money, then...
Exactly, your car will
We're in
pay
business.
for itself.
Ain't nobody wanted my messy car, though. I'd have to clean the car first.
That's what I've thought is, I leave, it drops me off, then I come back, and it picks me up at the end of the day, and I got everybody's...
Right,
What if
trash.
somebody's smoking in it?
Oh, yeah. Right.
I mean, there's a lot of negative to that side of it.
Okay, but some people love the idea of just your car paying itself off.
That's true.
while
I
you're
mean,
at
that
work.
side is good.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of amazing, wouldn't it? But then, here's the other side. You got people that do that for a living. Uber drivers, taxi drivers, what happens to them?
Well, you know, the first thing that came to my mind, Sean Paul, sorry to derail, was, have you been to Walmart recently?
No.
Everything's self-checkout now.
Oh.
Because you talked about the Uber drivers being out of work,
You're
but
lucky,
there were
you're
slides-
lucky if you get one cashier.
cashier open.
There were slides that I had that I didn't put in the queue, but just the kiosks at McDonald's and the robotic fryers.
Yes.
So, you know, people say, we need more money, and if you own the McDonald's franchise, what are you going to do? I can't afford to pay you guys more, so I guess I'm going to
Get the robots.
get the robots. So it's something that we got to stay in control. So I just showed you automated driving with Tesla. Do you know who the biggest casualty might be?
Who? Car industry?
Well, we just said the car, and you know, they're testing the autonomous cars. 15 people have died, have been killed by the testing. And they're saying that these cars have to drive like 2 billion miles to get all the bugs worked out, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but nearly 1.25 million deaths happen every year from us behind the wheel. And why is it? Because we're like this and this
that, yep.
at the same time.
And the
and
radio,
it's getting
looking at that
worse.
over there.
Yeah, but the texting thing is getting out of control.
You know what would really help, though? Drunk driving.
Absolutely.
That would really help.
Absolutely.
See, I've always thought that autonomous driving would be amazing because I could sleep while I was driving.
Or you could do more work, you know, like you could be doing show prep on the way in.
I don't think I could trust it even enough to be...
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have one more. And this is probably the biggest, immediate, closest casualty with AI. It's trucks, semis. Can we roll the tape and show that? Uber has bought a
Giant
company.
Uber just bought a company called Otto. Its product? Trucks that drive themselves. Ravi Somaya went for a ride in one.
We hear a lot about self-driving cars, but many people think self-driving trucks, like this one from Otto, will hit harder and sooner. They never speed or change lanes suddenly, and they can drive forever without getting tired, so they promise to be cheaper and more efficient. And the company just made its first actual delivery, 120 miles with nobody driving, here in Denver.
Okay, so you got trucks that are driving themselves. Truck drivers, you know, there's 3.5 million truck drivers that earn their living driving trucks in this country. Yeah. They could be put out of business by that. And if that happens, think about all the restaurants and the hotels and motels across the country that depend on that industry to support them. It's really scary. I mean, that would be a hard hit to our economy. Right. However, there's a lot of people that say that the truck drivers are still going to be needed, and there'll be passengers, and they'll be supervising.
Yeah, I don't trust a semi to be driven by itself.
They're powerful machines.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mass tonnage, right?
Sean Paul, thank you for giving us so much to think about today and question our own lives
just doing my job.
and our intelligence. Thank you. Okay, don't go anywhere. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this. Oh, here's the music, Haley. Dun.